Good afternoon, and welcome to More Than Meets the Eye. I'm Yost Blind Prime, and I am super excited to bring to you an actual action figure that was based on the artwork by Alex Ross. This is the semi-newly released. It came out over the summer. The BAF controller wave from Marvel Legends. This is the Iron Man from that wave. I believe it's the Mark 70 something modular Iron Man, and it is the only figure in the controller wave that does not come with a controller action figure piece, which is nice if you didn't intend to get that guy. So now you don't have an extra piece of an action figure laying around your home that you're going to have to sell them or carry or something. And I really appreciate that because I didn't want the rest of the controller wave. I just wanted my Alex Ross Iron Man. If you didn't know, I am a fan of Alex Ross. And that is one of the biggest regrets that I have since I lost my vision, is that I can no longer enjoy Alex Ross's work. And I've been hitting him up on Twitter. I've been asking him to come up with some more textured stuff because it's artwork all day with him, and I appreciate that. I love his art, but I really wish there was more physical artwork of his that I own so that I could enjoy his art more often. Heck, I would love it if they came out with textured comic books. That would be awesome. I'd get somebody to read them to me, and then I could actually feel the pictures. That'd be cool. Or just some textured art from Marvel comics, from the Alex Ross stuff, or even the DC stuff like Kingdom Come. Oh, that's amazing. Um, when I was in high school, I got in a fight with a kid over the comic book Kingdom Come. The guy refused. The guy refused to believe that a man could draw so well. He adamantly was against that idea. It was against his life principles, I guess, or something like that. He just could not imagine that a human being could draw so well. He kept telling me those are just actors in costumes and they took pictures of them. And I'm going, no, 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 no. He may have used real life people to base his artwork on, but that's all him. That wasn't taken by a machine. That was drawn by a hand. That was drawn by a person. He just refused to believe it. So me and him ended up getting in a fight over art. And I have to say, that's how I won my nerd card. I don't know about any of you guys, but if you've ever gotten in a fist fight over art, you're a nerd, or at least a geek. So let's talk about this amazing figure. And before we really get into him, I do, and I'm going to try and keep this video low. I've already tried to record it a couple of times, and I keep going overtime. So we're going to slide him over, and we're going to quickly talk about the best piece of Alex Ross's artwork that I own, and it's this female Thor bust. It's an amazing bust. I absolutely love it. I wish it was a colored bust, but then again, I don't care if it's a colored bust. From what I understand from people, it's not. But it is the kind of the culmination of what Alex Ross can accomplish. Is this right here? This is, somebody took his work and then turned it into a bust, and it is just. You got all these lines and all this just detail after detail that you wouldn't even expect in anything like this. This is just amazing. And I got a Spider-Woman bust that's nowhere near as intricate and detailed as this is. This is just every one of these stupid feathers on the headdress thing. They're different. Okay, for each side, they're different feathers. This is not the same exact on either side. These aren't mirror duplicates of itself. Everything about this character is unique on each side, and it's something that I really appreciate, even down to the braid and the fact that you can feel individual hairs in that braid. Alex Ross is an amazing artist, and nobody gives that guy enough credit. I'm going to set this bust off to the side, and we'll get back into the thing. But I just wanted to showcase that beautiful, beautiful face sculpt of Alex Ross's, and that would bring me right back into this Iron Man with the biggest negative that I have for this Iron Man. Negative number one, right out of the gate, I'm going to tell you what it is. It's the fact that he didn't come with a Tony Stark head sculpt. He didn't come with a head sculpt that Alex Ross designed, and that's a shame. That is downright criminal to not include a face sculpt with the artist that is known for their faces, is known for how well they can design faces. Okay, the Thor I just showed you, the female Thor, that is amazing. That face is just, it's beautiful. It's art. That is all I could say about it. It is amazing art, and I I really love my chances that I get to experience art, and that's one of the reasons why I do these action figures, because I consider a lot of them to be art. And there's not much textured art out there for me as a blind person to enjoy. So I get these action figures because each one of them is an artistic, it's unique and artistic to itself. And these designers, they spend a lot of time designing these things. Now, all of them are art. I'll let you have that one. I'm not saying that all action figures are art, but I am saying that a lot of action figures are art, especially action figures that are, people put time and effort into and don't just spit out something to make money. When they actually focus on it and put their heart into it, that's when it becomes something artistic. And that's what I feel about this guy here. He is a piece of art. And I can't wait to explain it to you. Now, don't mind the head. This is the morph head, because in my head sculpt, my head canon, I've always thought, why isn't it that Morph just didn't steal an Iron Man armor for the X-Men? You would think that, with all the times the X-Men have fought the Avengers, and, the Avengers are constantly at odds with the X-Men, you never hear Iron Man getting up in front of people, Tony Stark, and going, mutants are people too. You never hear that from him. So, in my opinion, he's against the mutants, because he isn't really public about his support of the mutants. So, and I'm just like, why didn't Charles Xavier ever send somebody in to Iron Man's estate, and you say Morph, to pretend to be Tony Stark, and then take a Tony Stark armor and bring it back to the X-Mansion? They got plenty of technology. Forge could look at that armor and take out all the GPS trackers in it. And then the X-Men would actually have an armor to practice against, so that they can understand exactly how to fight Iron Man if they ever need to come to blows with him again. And it's just been an oversight to not not have an X-Man or even Mystique steal an Iron Man armor. I mean, Doctor Doom's done it plenty of times, but Mystique hasn't, and Mystique can totally do it. I mean, then again, I haven't read all the comics, so I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and disassemble all the accessories I have on this guy, and we're going to talk about it. We'll talk about the accessories as I take them off. So first off, we've got the this Iron Man head, and we're going to talk about that when I put it back on the body. But let's go ahead and remove this blast effect. I've got like an it came with two spirally smoke effects, or blast effects. I don't know what color they are or anything like that, but I figured it'd work well if you put them around the feet, and then you can have like little spiral smokes coming out from underneath the feet. And it came with two of those guys, so let's go ahead and remove both of them. And you just take them off the foot. It's pretty easy to get them on and off the foot. And or you can put them on the arms. I do like the fact that these are totally modular, and the fact you can put them either on the arms or the feet, and that's pretty cool. Or you could put them on the head. I mean, it's all up to you. It's your toy. Now here's the ion blast effect from his hands, and we'll get to move that from his foot, because he uses them in his feet to fly. And now we're going to take the one out of his hand. There it is. It's removed. Okay. Now we're going to remove the morph head. I'm going to set the morph head off to the side. And now we're going to get the Iron Man head. We're going to put the Iron Man head back on. Now, there it goes. Oh, that Iron Man head takes a lot of effort to get in there, but then you get that nice, satisfactory snap. Yeah, it clicked into place. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's straighten this guy out, and let's talk about him in depth. So, articulation-wise, we're just going to hit that up real quick. Head is a ball joint. The core can move up, backwards and forwards. It can also move left and right, and it can also spin. It's like on a ball joint, this core of his body. And I always love it whenever we get these cores like that. He does not have a waist swivel, which is a negative on his part. If he had that top swivel and a waist swivel, this would be one excellent action figure. He does have double jointed elbows, and he's got a soft ratchet in both of his shoulders, though his left shoulder's ratchet is looser than his right shoulder's ratchet, which is a shame. That's a bit of a QC problem, in my opinion. The double jointed elbows. There's no swivel at the wrist, the wrist area. Well, there is a swivel at the hand, but not above the wrist in the glove. There is a swivel at the bicep, and the hand does move up and down. It can do a really pitiful wave. Wave! Or you can just bring him up here and wave it like that. Because this arm does not want to extend outwards. It does not go up very far. Like that is, if you were to put the arm flat against your side and try and pick it up, like raise it up above his head without moving any of it, it can't, because of this deltoid armor that he has. But we'll talk about that deltoid armor when we discuss the textures and the sculpt work. Okay, that's the arms. The legs have the typical thigh moving up and down, all the usuals you would expect. But there's soft ratchets down here in the thighs where the hips are, and that's nice. There's even a soft ratchet for moving up and side to side. It's not much of a ratchet, but it is some of a ratchet. And there's also the thigh swivels, so you can spin the leg 360 degrees, and really, really, you look weird. Knees are double jointed, and then there is a boot swivel for the feet to move around. And I really appreciate how they did that boot swivel, so you don't have muscles showing that are cut. Down here at the feet, we've got the typical Marvel Legends foot design. It's weird, I know, but it's what we got. And there is an up and down ankle too, and it's on a ratchet. It's actually on a decent ratchet too, better ratchet than the arms, honestly. Now, that is articulation. This guy is very well articulated, and that is quite excellent. Though there are some spots I wish they had that they just don't. And that's a shame. Now, let's talk about sculpt work. Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that sculpt work. So, Alex Ross is known for his artistic stuff. So, we're going to go from the head, and we're going to go all the way down to the toes. So, head-wise, this is we've got the typical Iron Man head, but this one's more smooth and sleek than what we're used to. And you got in here, you got his square little eye holes that are visible. There's also a cut in this helm that goes over here to these weird little circle things that are where his ears should be. And that's because this entire face mask can lift up and go over. They didn't do that for the toy, which is a shame, but they did sculpt in all of the cuts in the armor necessary for that to happen, and that's an attention to detail that I really appreciate. That's not painted on, that's sculpted in, and I really appreciate it when they do that. And we come down here to this mask is a weird one. It's not the same type of Iron Man mask we're used to. Then again, I don't have many Iron Men, so really can't tell much of a difference with that one. But it is a different type of helm, and it feels smoother, it feels sleeker. It's definitely a more aerodynamic helm. I really like it. I think it's a nice helm, but it feels more like a skull with latex stretched on it. But you do get some kind of hollow cheeks going on in there, and that's about it. It's a unique head sculpt, and I really think it shines. It's good. And that was also a joke on the fact that I know it's shiny. This is a very shiny figure. It's got a lot of glossy paint on it, and also they use some glossy plastics for some of these other parts. So down here into the core, and we got this big center bit here. It's his Oni blaster, and that area is really well done. We got some nice armor plating. There's some little rivets in there where the armor's connected. That's cool. And you get little areas where it seems like the armor can fold, because I believe this armor may fold. I'm not sure. I'm not much of an Iron Man fan, but I do appreciate this artwork. And now we're going to turn around to the back, and we got this really aerodynamic feeling back to him. He's got a very clean back. Sad to say there isn't a port back here so you can put him into a flight stand, which is a shame, because you could have also plugged in that rocket pack or something if you wanted. But this is really nice. I love all the cuts in the armor back here too. They've managed to sculpt in the fact that this feels like different pieces of armor, and also the aerodynamic feel of this back means when he's flying, the air can actually go down his spine, and I guess it helps him with lift or something. But that is really cool, and that's a really nice attention to detail on his back. That is really nice. I really like it. The deltoid armor, his pauldrons, are made of a rubbery plastic that is slightly flexible, though it does get in the way of some of the arm movement. But then again, that's something armor does. The bicep area here is really nicely done. We got more armor detail there. It's really, really cool. On the inside of the arm, we've also got some more armor features. It's a slight sculpt, but we have, if you've ever seen an armadillo and you know how their armor is, where it's different rings all stacked on top of each other, that's how how the interior of this arm feels. It feels like many different rings of metal stacked on top of each other to add the most amount of movement. In the fact that there is a sculpt for the outside of the arm, which is smooth armor that's heavy feeling, and then there's a sculpt for the inside of the arm, which is this other armor that has that feels like it's made of rings, individual slats of armor going all the way down. That is an attention to detail that surprised me. And then we get on the gauntlet area, and we've got these cool circle bits that are more upraised. That feels more like this is a bulky glove that was put on, and then past this circle bit that's raised and has the two circles on it, one on each side of the arm, we get nothing but this armadillo style armor where it's a bunch of rings all wrapped around, and they go all the way down to the fingers. That means like every bit of this arm area can be movable whenever he's going around, and I like that. I think that's really fun, and that breaks up the monotony of this armor to include those rings, and it does the same on both sides. Now we come down here to the lower area, his hip area, where he's got two more circles, one on each side of his hip, and then he's got this really nice armor sculpt that goes all the way down to his groin and all the way around to his butt. Sadly, this isn't made out of the cool, shiny, rubberized armor. This is that hard stuff that's just very hard. And now we move on down here to the legs, and we got this really nice, shiny, glossy armor that is slightly malleable that they put on top of the leg on the exterior, and then on the interior we have, here, you can see it better like that, we have more of those rings going down on the inside of the armor, and then they actually put this other armor bit, this other type of rubberized plastic, over the armor rings that run down the back of his legs, so it looks like it's actually got layers to it. That's cool. We come all the way down here to the foot, and we've got more of that gauntlet style thing that we've seen with the hand. And then after that gauntlet, what we've seen with the hand, with the big raised circle that has two little circles, one on each side of the foot, we come down here, and the entirety of this boot is done the same way as the hand, the glove area, where it's a bunch of rings of armor going all the way down. And then finally, we got the foot area that's got that cool armor texture, that armor boot texture, and underneath it, what is this we feel? We actually get a sculpted underside of the foot. No laziness here, man. No laziness here at all. Look at that. Everything about the underside of this foot is sculpted, and it's he's just so cool. I like him so much. He is a very fun action figure. He has got a lot of maneuverability to him, mobility to him. You can put him in many different poses, and the fact that they just went above and beyond with the sculpt work on this guy is quite excellent. And like I said originally at the beginning of this video, the only negative, well, there's two negatives to this figure. One, no extra head sculpt, so we can actually feel with our hands the work that Alex Ross puts into faces. That's a shame. And finally, there's no waist swivel, which is another shame, but that's just added articulation. And yeah, those are my thoughts on this quite excellent figure that I recommend to everybody. If you enjoy Alex Ross's work, then this is a good action figure for you to pick up. And since it doesn't come with a Build-A-Figure piece, all you have to do is pick this guy up, and you don't have to worry about anything extra. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please tune in next Prime, where we will be discussing Blitzwing. I finally got him. I found him on sale for $45. And if you like what you see here and you want to help me raise awareness for the blind through my alternative means and methods, then please hit that subscribe button and share it with anybody who you think is a bit on the ignorant side about blind people. Like, you hear somebody go, I don't think blind people can do anything. Give them my video. Share my video with them. And let them know. Blind people can do whatever blind people want to do. It just takes us extra time and a little extra effort. It means we got to try harder. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.